so thrilled to be here with you today. My name is Liz Rice, and I'm a member of the Leadership Development Team. And I am so excited to be joined by Donna Welsh, the National President of NCL. And as you all know, NCL has enjoyed 56 years of its history of fostering a mother-daughter relationship. And in fact, the growth has been so tremendous that currently we stand at 205 chapters strong. So Donna, thank you again for joining us here in Texas. And in fact, Texas is home to 64 chapters of NCL. So I guess it's official, Texas does love NCL. And you were a Texas gal, with your home being San Antonio. But we do have to talk, your NCL journey actually started in Portland. Tell us a little more about it.
Thank you, Liz, for having me here today. I'm so happy to be here with you. Yes, my NCL journey did start in Portland. I moved there in 1997, and as a Texas gal, I was a little bit a fish out of water in the Pacific Northwest. Well, more like a fish in water because it rained so much.
I can imagine, yes.
My two dear friends encouraged my daughter and me to join the Portland chapter. They were members of the chapter at the time. And joining the chapter was like a ready-made family, and we developed lifelong friendships out of that chapter.
Well, that is such a great experience you've had, and 17 years in NCL, Donna, that is so wonderful, and that longevity speaks to the vision of NCL creating strong leaders. How does that vision impact the focus of NCL?
Well, Liz, I'll use myself as an example. I never aspired to be national president or even chapter president. It just seemed to be a natural progression as a result of the mentoring I received. I believe that leaders are built through mentorship, and that is something that NCL does quite well.
Yes, they do.
The continuum of leadership guarantees that NCL will continue to grow and thrive.
So Donna, how can we encourage our members to actually step up into leadership?
Well, Liz, it's not about being perfect. It really is normal to be unsure of ourselves. I have been in those shoes, unsure if I could do the job, but we have to remember that we are modeling leadership for our daughters.
Donna, I had the pleasure of attending the 2015 Leadership Conference in Seattle, and the National Nominating Committee was having so much fun with this campaign, Tag Youre It. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yes, they've embarked on a remarkable campaign. It's a friendly game of tag, and several goals of the game are to educate and develop talent, identify talent, encourage members to step up for volunteer positions, for leadership positions.
So the IT stands for?
Identified talent. If you've been tagged, that means you have been identified as a talented woman who has exhibited strong leadership qualities.
Well, that sounds great, but now how does a member go about getting involved?
Well, we are promoting the campaign. The nominating campaign is being promoted at fall district meetings.
Okay.
There's also the application for nomination application, and additional information is on the NCL website. And there will be a nominating committee reps and board members at the district meetings who will be there to answer questions, and they will gather names if you have a name of some candidate that you want to suggest, or you can self-nominate.
So Donna, as members are stepping into leadership, what resources can they rely on to help them do their job?
Well, we have many resources. One of the most important ones, I believe, are other members who have either had the job or who will be mentoring someone who is stepping into that job. We also have laid a strong foundation of governing processes. We have updated and modernized our bylaws, and this year we're updating and implementing our national and chapter policies. These policies will create consistency in all of our chapters, and a big plus is the policies will be accessible in one place. It will make it easy for our chapters in their day-to-day business, and when questions come up, policies would be the first place to look to try and answer the question.
Well, you know, this sounds wonderful as you say this, and with all this governance support system that's been put into place to assist chapters with their policy implementation, Tell us a little bit, though, how's this going?
Well, I think it's going really well. The Policies Committee has worked really hard. They've set up a series of conference calls. There was a series this summer. We'll continue into the fall, and the final series will be in January. They also have district mentors that are trained in the policies. They're a great resource. And on the website, you can get a contact list for the mentors. And there is also a Q&A document that addresses frequently asked questions. Both very helpful resources for our chapters. And I want to say congratulations to all of those chapters who have completed their policies. It was a big job, and thank you so much for your work on the policies.
So Donna, switching gears and moving forward, with all these changes that you're talking about, I would think that branding becomes so important. Can you tell us a little bit more about the NCL brand?
Yes, Liz. A strong brand is key in any organization. It speaks to who we are and what we do. And a brand is more than a logo or an icon. It's how we represent ourselves, how we as NCL members represent ourselves to the world. The reputation and image of just one chapter can affect the whole brand of the entire organization. So it's really dependent upon all of us to protect our brand.
So Donna, is there an actual branding campaign in the works?
Yes, Liz, there is. One of our strategic plan goals is a brand initiative. And currently work is underway on updating both the brand policy and the brand guide to make them relevant and easy to understand. We expect to release those in the next few months. And upon release, we really understand that there will be a transition period for those items that are not consistent with the policy and the guide. The board is currently also working on a transition plan to help our chapters, and the staff is also prepared to assist our chapters in approving proposed new products to ensure compliance with our brand standards.
Donna, there are so many exciting things happening in NCL, and you've mentioned the strategic plan. How will that guide us as we move forward into the next 50 years?
Liz, I envision a future where we have chapters in all 50 states and our members connect with NCL for a lifetime. Conference is a great place to start.
So why don't we share some details about the 2016 conference?
Oh, great idea. I'm so excited for the conference. It will be held at the Green Valley Ranch outside of Las Vegas. The dates are April 19th through the 21st. And if I may, I'd like to share the theme for this year. The power of NCL, connect for a lifetime.
Donna, I absolutely love it. And as we wrap up, what basic idea would you like our chapters to embrace?
I would tell every member to embrace the full NCL experience while having fun with their daughters.
Donna, thank you so much for joining us today, and we wish all our NCL chapters a great year.